What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J. This is the Mo You Know. This is day 28 of No Pay. This is a fight for survival. Today we're going to be talking about Hurricane Melissa, the strongest and most powerful hurricane to ever be formed in the Atlantic Basin. It may have already made landfall with Jamaica. Shout out to Kid Gravity. I'm probably send you the link if you want to come up here today, because I did say we were going to talk about it. What up, Kendall, Torian, all in. You know, if you followed me for a while, I know it's only a couple of us in here. Y'all know I follow hurricanes and stuff. I don't know what my fascination is with it, but I've covered maybe 3 or 4 different hurricanes on this channel. We're going to talk about some snap benefits today. And I ain't getting paid, man. I ain't getting paid, man. 28 days. 28 days. I was going to go trick-or-treating this weekend, but I couldn't afford an outfit. 28 days, no pay, man. 28 days. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link for you now, because I'm going to be on here for maybe 2 hours, and then we do got 2B Tuesday on the other channel. But matter of fact, here you go, Kid Gravity. You can go ahead and hit that link. We'll go to CNN. You know, I like to start off with CNN and then make my rounds. All right, so we have a Category 5 hurricane. Melissa makes landfall in Jamaica. Category 5 is the highest, but what they were saying is that this is really going to max out the Category 5. And if they had another category, they would put it there. But 5 is the highest, and it won't lose all of its steam. And it might be a 3, maybe even potentially a 4 when it hits the eastern coast of Cuba. Also, Guantanamo Bay is over there also. If you're on the channel and you had a membership, unfortunately, the channel got hit again for reused content, which all of my content, even all of my YouTube shorts, have me talking over it. So I have to reapply for the YouTube partner program on this channel January 26th or 23rd of 2026. So this page isn't monetized. Well, I can't say again because we just got monetized last month. And I had a couple of damn shorts do like 10,000 views, 8,000 views. So I got to reapply. This channel is not monetized at the moment until January when I reapply. Yeah, for some reason, it seems like both of my channels are always getting hit. You know, I ain't no hater, so I don't mention nobody else's names, but everyone else's channels, they just take clips and just upload them and nothing happens to their channel. They still getting it in. But if I do anything, it seems like they hit me over the head. I should have made a new email when I started my YouTube, because I used to just log in on YouTube and watch stuff just so I could comment. And then I created my email in 2014, but I didn't make a YouTube till 2018. I don't know. Oh, well, we here now. All right, I'm about to bring Kid Gravity up. You know, he's an expert. He's already done a video on this. He's our local meteorologist. So y'all show some love to Kid Gravity. What's going on?
Just call me Outstroker.
What's up, bro? What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Any day above ground limit.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Now, I know we said we were going to do some stuff. I did this a little bit late because right now we already did our daylight savings. So I'm only 5 hours ahead of the East Coast. That's why I'm pushing everything back a little bit. But from what you covered earlier on your channel, what do you know about this hurricane? And then we'll go through some videos and stuff.
Well, hold on. I'm here. Echo. Give me one second. Drop me down for a second.
He's in the eye of the storm, guys. He's in the eye of the storm right now. So, you know, his service might not be that good. What up, DeMarcus? Yeah, I seen that, but I was working. I'm not worried about Bel Air stuff right now. Bel Air is at the end of the month. Right now, I got Welcome to Dairy and I got Forts next weekend. So I'm not really worried too much about.
All right, let me see if that I'm still hearing this echo, but I'll work with it. All right. So what I know. Hold on. Okay.
Let me see. It might be.
I know it started last month, Tuesday. It started forming. And that killing me.
Try it now.
Yeah. Still there.
Oh, now I'm gonna have to give me some headphones. Or let me see something. Speak real quick while I mute mine. Let me see.
All right. So what I know about this hurricane is it started forming last Tuesday. And it's what is it? We're in October. It just takes. It don't take nothing. It takes 24 hours for these to form because we're in hurricane season. So it is what it is. And of course, people didn't take it serious because it's like okay, it's going to be a tropical storm. They thought it originally was just going to stay in the Atlantic and just go dissipate, and then it started like I want to say Thursday started coming to category two. They were like, okay, it's serious. Then I think Friday they said that it had the potential to hit five. And damn. Here we are now. I was watching TikTok videos this morning, and they were like, we were on vacation and they got rid of us, and we tried to leave. I saw one lady say that the resort she was in, they didn't want to give her free rooms. They wanted them to pay full price. It was crazy. And right now, it didn't make landfall. It hit southwest part, so Montego Bay getting wrecked right now. And the rest of the island is gonna have the storm surging and all that. It's gonna be bad. And it's supposed to be out of there by tonight and go hit Cuba.
Yeah. I was watching a while of that at work. You still hearing a little bit of echo?
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, see, I don't know what the hell be.
Yeah, let me see this. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn. I apologize, guys, for the technical difficulties.
I think it might be me. YouTube don't like me.
Hey man, YouTube don't. Hey, I don't know, man. It's going after the black creators. All right, here we go. We'll go through the little article. I'm gonna show some footage. Well, I know, like you said, it's made landfall, so I don't know how much.
The best footage is go to put in YouTube Jamaica live cam. That's like the best footage.
Jamaica live cams. All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Category 5 Hurricane Melissa makes landfall in Jamaica. Let me see. So that's gonna take a second to load. What we're covering, Melissa has made landfall near New Hope, Jamaica at 185 miles per hour, Category 5 storm, according to the National Hurricane Center. It would track directly over the island for the next few hours, bringing catastrophic winds, flooding, rain, and life-threatening storm surge. Melissa will cause catastrophic damage. They did say, from what I was seeing, they said it's pretty much going to be unrecognizable after this.
Yeah, even homeless was like saying that it could wreck concrete.
Yeah,
And they would slide
any of the low-lying areas. They said you're pretty much going to be part of the ocean.
Yeah. Because my people, we have a compound down there, but so it's sort of flat. There's gonna be damage to the house, but should be fine. But people in the street, because they flooded out. One of these bridges got flooded out.
I was watching footage of that. Yeah.
So, and I saw people in Kingston driving around because they're on the other side of the island, so they're not as bad. But I know later it's gonna be bad. But it's nice to see they taking this one serious. Last one, last year, they were out there dancing. I was like, y'all not gonna take this serious.
So I know people were reposting videos from that. I know they weren't doing it for this one because even said
he said 5. They were like, "Ooh, okay, this is serious." Like they were trying to fly out until Sunday.
Yeah,
they were trying to fly out.
When they talk about evacuate, most of these people aren't able to evacuate. And where are they going to evacuate to? You know what I mean?
Well, if you have the money, evacuate by plane, you go to Florida. Sit there for a couple days.
You have the money, but let's be honest.
If you have the money. If they don't, you go to shelter.
Passport, you got to be able to do all of that.
Yeah. You go get the shelter, or you end up and you hope for the best.
Yeah, they said this is the storm of the century. It's responsible for 7 deaths, 3 in Jamaica during the storm preparations, 3 in Haiti, 1 in the DR.
Yeah.
So tomorrow AM is when it'll hit Cuba. So it's really going to be over Jamaica all this evening.
Yeah, the 5 going to hit
probably
Jamaica.
About 8 or 9.
Yeah, the 5 going to hit Jamaica. Let me see something. Maybe I can shut off my internet. Maybe it'll fix it.
They said the storm surge is supposed to see. Here goes some live here. Is that what you said? The See Jamaica? That's the one.
Let's see if that works. Nope. Damn.
Live hurricanes.
So this is a record-breaking storm that is bearing down right now on Jamaica. It is a
For what?
15 pounds. News on Hurricane Melissa. This is a record-breaking storm that is bearing down right now on Jamaica. It is a monster Category 5 hurricane, 185-mile-per-hour winds that are now moving over land with gusts topping 220 miles per hour. And this is making Melissa now the second strongest hurricane ever in Atlantic history, the strongest ever to hit Jamaica.
For places near the eye of the storm, a nightmare scenario is unfolding. You have catastrophic winds tearing through the island like a slow-moving tornado, one that just sits there. Several months' worth of rain is also coming down. And just hours ago, the image that you're looking at right now, you could actually see a bridge there that was spanning the river, that clearly underwater. You have life-threatening flash flooding, and mudslides have become a major concern, as we've just learned seconds ago that the hurricane has officially made landfall in Jamaica, though its effects have been felt across the island now.
Look at that. Look at that.
CNN's Derek Van Dam is live in Kingston.
That's the bridge I was talking about.
Latest where you are.
Hey, Boris, that's the beauty of live television. You're finding out about it making landfall. Always said that. Waiting for this live shot to occur. That's interesting. Here it is from the National Hurricane Center. Melissa making landfall in southwestern Jamaica near New Hope, with an estimated maximum wind of 185 miles per hour, 295 kilometers per hour, a minimum pressure of 892 millibars. An extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not leave your shelter. Wait as the eye passes over. This is critical information. That eye is so well defined. Now that it's officially come on shore, more than 50% of the eye, that is what officially calls for landfall from the National Hurricane Center. But the eye is so clear that people often mistake the end of the storm. So as they come out and they look up, they'll see perhaps birds flying around. The skies will be sunny. It'll be clear all the way up to the sky. And the winds will drop dramatically, next to nothing, probably calm. And a lot of times people will go outside, venture out, check their property if they're not fully aware of the situation, because the backside of the eye will come through in just a few minutes' time. So what's so destructive about this is that the winds on the northern side of that eye wall that are penetrating the southern coastline of Jamaica right now, they're going to be from the opposite direction once the other side of the eye wall comes through. That's the counterclockwise rotation around a hurricane. So that will catch people off guard. If there's debris already laying on the grounds, it's going to be thrown in an opposite direction. So it will catch people who are unaware off guard, no doubt. So we're in Kingston, the capital, and I just want to scene set. It's windy here, but we're 100 miles east of where the center of Melissa is taking shape. The second strongest storm in Atlantic history, the modern record keeping the strongest storm in Jamaica. There's so many superlatives, so many facts, little nuggets to throw out there, but Kingston largely spared from the.
He needs to go and get in the hurricane. That's what when reporters are doing
that's
this.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Where are these people at?
Yeah, he's saying he's all the way over in Kingston, so he's about 100 miles away. We need you.
Why
to go,
you safe?
Yeah, we need you to be in there in the streets reporting live.
Son.
Yeah, don't half-ass it. Don't tell us you're on the other side of the island where it's calmer. We need you over there. Don't be reporting on the hurricane if you're not at the hurricane. Unless you're in the office, you need to be over there.
You know he told his boss to put the flight in Kingston. He what a flight about to go back.
Yeah, and you heard him. He was like, "You guys knew about landfall before I did." Yeah, because you ain't doing nothing over here. You waiting for the camera to come.
Exactly. You just in a bad rainstorms.
You on a little mini vacation. It ain't the sunny vacation, but you still on a vacation.
Now he wanted to go to the crispy Kingston. That's what it is. He didn't want to drive 2 hours.
Catastrophic winds. Good news, a glimpse of good news, is because this is the population density. 1 million people here, but 3 million people across the entire country. And what's happening on the western parts of this beautiful island nation is pure and utter devastation. It's going to be heartbreak to see the aftermath of this storm. But we got to focus on what people are going to be dealing with this slow-moving disaster, as it's moving more or less the same speed as a brisk walk. So every once in a while, we'll get these the rain bands that come through, a gust of very powerful tropical storm to near hurricane force. Right now, as I speak, I can hear some emergency personnel rushing behind me. We'll wait to see where that's coming from. Not sure where they're going, but
that's a little protect politicians.
It's good to see fire trucks, fire engines operating again, because we're in Kingston and because we're away from the center. Maybe they're going to go see to something that's happening up the road here. But what's all
right? We need to find somebody that's closer to it. You all ain't nothing happening down here. Let me see. You said it was see Jamaica.
There's like a few of them. See Jamaica. I think teach them. He might be live. He lived down here, so be live. Like I said, you just got to put in Melissa and a whole bunch of live pop up. And it must be some good content. It was last night.
Yeah, I seen, and I follow. I don't follow them. They pop up like this dude. I think his name is like Max Velocity or something like that. I follow him, and he goes. So this is Devin's house.
Yeah, Devin's house. Yeah, that was crazy. Go to Krispy Kreme. What I tell you. With the pop-ups.
Yeah. One-stop shop.
They be making Luther's down in Jamaica. Oh man. Let me see.
So over on people.com, a meteorologist says, "Oh my Jesus," on live television while reporting on the Starlet Hurricane Melissa update.
He said, "Oh my Jesus." He said, "Oh my Jesus."
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna see it. John Morales reacted to a new advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Oh my Jesus, he said in response to the drop in the barometric pressure. Last year he went viral during the emotional. Yeah, we covered Hurricane Milton.
Oh, it's on TikTok. It's on TikTok.
They ain't got the clip.
They said it was on TikTok. They said it was on TikTok. That link up there.
They really trying to push my damn internet to the limit. All right, here we go.
So I've gone for about 10 minutes here, and 180 now. 180. What's the pressure?
Pressure. This is Air Force flying into that.
Yeah, this is Adam Berg. He's giving me this
pressure is now down to 896.
Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, I'm going to hold it together here. So 896 millibars.
Come on, let me restart my browser. I'll be back.
Stronger than Hurricane Milton when it made that run last year. Remember?
Now, they saying that this is going to be stronger than Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Milton was supposed to be like the storm of the century also. Luckily, it went right in between the city and kind of like the rural areas. But if this is supposed to be stronger than that, sheesh.
Remember my viral moment last year? 50 millibars in 10 hours, right? It got down to 897 millibars. Now it turns out Melissa has broken or gone past Milton's record. So there's only one hurricane. There's only one hurricane in October and November in the Atlantic Basin that's ever been stronger. And that is Hurricane Wilma from 20 years ago. And by the way, Wilma was on dates earlier than the present date. Today's the 28th of October. So again, Melissa is the strongest hurricane so late in a hurricane season. So this is all history. It's all bad news, especially for Jamaica.
Let's hope that works.
And I'll have a lot more to talk about some of what's driving this, what's producing these catastrophic hurricanes, because, by the way, this is the fourth major hurricane so far this year. 3 of the 4 major hurricanes have reached Category 4 and 5 status. 3 of the 4 or 4 of the 5? Anyway, a very large number. I think only one season, 2005, is the season that we had an equal number of Category 4 and 5 hurricanes. So again, a lot of history being made in a backloaded hurricane season, which is definitely and sadly about to be very, very tragic for some of the Caribbean islands. So I've gone for.
Also, there was 2 hurricanes. There was 2 hurricanes that happened this year. One was supposed to hit the Atlantic coast, but the other one stayed in the Atlantic Ocean, and they actually got close enough, about 400 miles, and it pulled it away from actually hitting the Atlantic coast. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, here we go, right here. Let me see.
Talk about the tropics one last time and talking about Imelda and Umberto. If you were watching the news last week, meteorologist Larissa Abreu was talking about the Fujiwara effect, and we weren't sure if it was actually going to take place, but you're seeing it right now. It's what happens when 2 developed systems, in this case 2 hurricanes, try to get together. Hurricanes don't want to be close together. They naturally repel each other, and they're trying to push and pull and tug. And it's the reason why that storm Imelda did not make landfall in the Carolinas. It got pulled by Umberto away. And watch that right there as the systems are approaching Bermuda. It's not that 2 systems merge into one and become a superstorm. It's that the stronger of the 2 systems saps all the energy from the other, and it basically essentially becomes just one storm. But look, Bermuda is not out of the woods yet. They still have potential Category 2 winds over the next few days. I want to just talk about the.
Yeah, so that was at the beginning of the month. There was supposed to be a hurricane that hit the Carolinas, but another one pulled it away.
I'm gonna get that Montego Bay live cam.
You seen the link, or you?
Yeah, I put it in your private chat. I put it in your private chat. The second one.
All right, let me see. You know, it's so crazy. Like all of this stuff happens, and like he's still here. I mean, I don't know if I would risk it. Like I'm from Kansas City, so we had tornadoes. I mean, we never had any tornadoes hit close to my house or anything of that nature. But in an event like this, I don't even know if I could stay there. You know what I mean? I would.
Hey, I went through Sandy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I lost my car. And,
What did it get? It was flood damage, or it got washed away?
No. I should have moved it on the grass. I left it on the street. I went and took a nap. It was just like regular rain. I woke up. The car was up into the grill. Flooded the whole car out.
Wait, you took a nap during the hurricane?
Yeah, I took a nap. I'm Jamaican. That's what we do. We took a nap. Took a nap. Yeah.
Ain't no way. If I knew the hurricane was coming, I'm not taking no nap. I'm up. I'm making sure ain't no water.
Yeah, on our street, that water was up to my knees.
Oh man, hell no! You over here napping? That thing gonna be about to be up to your face.
Got into our garage. Napping, bro.
Y'all had one floor?
No, we had multiple floors.
And where
luckily, our house was on a little bit of an incline, so it didn't because I saw some houses, bro. Let's just say this. The town over made millions because people rose their houses up. Yes, I went to sleep.
Were you sleeping on the second floor or the first floor?
Yeah. Oh no! Imagine if I woke up and was floating.
That's the thing. You sleeping on the couch or something, there's water, and you roll over into the water.
Let
me see it real quick. Yeah, you tripping with that one, man.
Ooh, the mayor of Montego Bay is a local 10 ahead of Hurricane Melissa. And they sent the black man down there to do that.
So we're gonna look at the inside of the eye. Hey man, this thing looks crazy, and to see weather doing this. Oh, Lynn said Jesus slept too. Now, I know she left another comment when she talking about Dick Gregory made an interesting point that the hurricanes are always where transatlantic slave trades happen. Yeah, I mean it always comes off of Africa, and then it mixed with the warm air. But I don't know, man, because before slavery, there was still hurricanes. I mean, I know it's a good analogy, it's the ancestors blowing over there. But before, there was slavery, there were still hurricanes. But this is we're gonna look at the eye of Hurricane Melissa. This is an Air Force plane here. We had these planes here. We had these in Warner Robins, Georgia. They used to fly down here. Like, look, this is like something you see on a movie. This is extremely a scary sight.
Shout out to the military. Shout out to the military.
Yeah, and the crazy thing, these are jobs you can get. Like when you so of course you got the pilot that's an officer, but if you go, matter of fact, let me see some storm. So this is the Hurricane Squadron right here. The 403, the 403rd wing. And they literally, that's all they do is they sit around and they wait for storms and they fly into them. So this is jobs that you could have, like, if I would have known about it, I could have got one of these jobs where all I do is just fly around and I would have been going into hurricanes. I'm trying to see what their AFSC is to see what you needed to score to get this job. Yeah, so that's that, but I'm gonna bring this over here. I mean, just look at this though. Look how high the damn clouds are. And it's crazy that the inside of the hurricane is calm. It's just normal. Even when you see people coming outside, when the eye is over the country or wherever they're at, they just outside, no animals, no nothing, no noise. It's just it reminds me, you know, those, what is it? Like the day the world froze or the day after tomorrow.
Oh, the
where
day
they
after
show
tomorrow.
like
Oh, the day after tomorrow.
where they
Just said that.
Yeah. Where they show
And
the
everything just started freezing. Everything just started freezing.
Yeah, that's what. And it's crazy that this happens in real life, and we got the technology that we're in a safe place that we can actually watch it. But I just feel bad for all the people that are there, man, especially the ones that they aren't able to, you know, they aren't able to get away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but mm-hmm. And people really, and there, you know, there's, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. There's idiots that say, "Oh man, they're manipulating the weather to do this." They ain't creating this. There's no way that they're creating this. Now, of course, they can seed the rain, but they're not doing this.
Nah, this is just because
they barely had any hurricanes this year. Barely had any hurricanes this year. This is just, hey, listen, this is just one. This is just one.
This is just one, and this is the inside of this eye looks like it could be the size of a whole city, like a major city.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was just standing at the screen. I'm sorry. I was just standing at the screen. I was hoping I'd see Storm in there.
You said what?
I was hoping to see Storm in there. I was hoping to see Storm in there. I'm like, yo, calm down. Calm down, girl. Calm down. What did T'Challa do this time? T'Challa do this time? Calm down.
Yeah, man. This is crazy. And they just fly around in it. Now, my thing is, I know they fly through the outside of it. I know they aren't flying through this thick part here. I wonder when they leave the eye, do they go above it and get out of it, or they try to fly like through the top part of it? It looks like smoke coming from a volcano or something, or even a hill with snow on it. You wouldn't even know that this is clouds if you would have just.
You like watching the Alps or something.
It's like, it kind of looks like an avalanche. Man. Yeah, man. Good luck to everyone out there, man. And that, like I said, they said the storm surge is going to be about 13 feet. 13 feet is crazy. And that's the most dangerous part about the hurricane is actually the storm surge and all the flooding that's going to come from it. Yeah, the wind is dangerous and, you know, it knocks stuff over. But the flooding, that's where all the hurt comes from. I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna download this and put this as a screensaver on my TV while I do my lives.
Oh, this here?
Yeah, this is kind of cool. It's kind of smooth. Damn. All right, we're gonna keep updated on this. Let me see if there's a live updates. Oh well, we're talking about it. So here we go. We got an article. Influencer slam for bragging about flying to Jamaica during deadly Hurricane Melissa, messing with my vacation. See, it's the typical sub.
You just have to say nothing. And of course, it's one of them.
Yeah, like I say, is the what I'm saying, the typical suspect.
What is time then? Jamaica, no problem. Not for influencer Hannah Grubbs.
I like how she's using a Jamaican. I like how she's using a Jamaican
as the island braced for a devastating hurricane. It's expected to be the strongest storm to ever lash Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa out here messing with my vacation, Hannah whined from her hotel balcony in Negril, and TikTokers fired back. Pretty freaking tone-deaf video. People are legitimately about to die. Pretty insensitive to the locals that do not have much, have no way to evacuate, and a lot of them are probably about to lose everything. It all started with this video of Hannah and a friend strutting through the airport, fully aware of the dangerous situation ahead. When they arrived at the resort, she was handed tri-colored cocktails and gloated, pretending there's not a Category 5 hurricane hitting Jamaica. Hannah apparently thought she could ride out the storm, all with a drink in hand. Not so fast. Days into the ill-advised trip, things took a scary turn.
And that's the thing. If I heard there was a hurricane coming, even a tropical storm coming to an island that I'm about to go on vacation to, I'm not going. One, I'm not going for my safety. And two, I don't think anybody should be working in conditions like this. So it's like, don't even go out there, because we know some of these people, well, majority of them, they need to work to live. But it's like, man, you putting them in danger for you even showing up.
Yeah. They had some one of them TikTokers was saying that they wouldn't give them the rooms for free, making them pay full price still,
Yeah, we're not giving you it for free because the hurricane is hitting. Hell no, we still need the money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to come out here, we're gonna charge your ass. Now we'll let you stay in the shelter for free, but this is just white people shit.
Hannah posted a weather map on her Instagram stories, saying she's now stuck on the island. And on Monday, October 27th, she shared that she and the other hotel guests were told to hunker down in their rooms for potentially days and asked for prayers.
So definitely just asking prayers for Jamaica, for the whole island.
Sustained winds of up to 175 miles per hour had already been recorded, and a life-threatening storm surge of up to 13 feet was expected across southern Jamaica. The historic storm has already been blamed for 7 deaths in the Caribbean, including at least 3 in Jamaica. This video from Old Harbor Bay shows a capsized boat drifting close to shore. Tropical cyclone specialists.
Like, look at that. And this covered the whole island too, from what they were showing. I was watching one with the lightning strikes in it, and it covered all of Jamaica.
Yeah. That's why I said.
I tell her this.
That's why I said Montego Bay is about to get wrecked. They talking about that airport ain't going to open. They talking about that airport ain't going to open until Sunday. At the earliest, I should say. The earliest, I should say.
And say like, and they better not be the first month, because at the airport either. Now you went down there, you need to step in, stay there, and help out for at least a week. That's what. Hey, before you leave the island, you got to stay for a week. And help out. For real, that if I'm Jamaica, anyone on the island, hey, you gotta help, do something.
And Claire Fontaine, the World Meteorological.
Oh shit! I didn't click the next state of the post. What were you gonna say?
The sapphire emerald sets.
I was saying she gonna do a video on the beach.
Yeah, you already know how it is. Tomorrow morning, we're going to find out what her TikTok is. Tomorrow morning is going to be, oh my gosh, look at it. Look at everything that happened. I'm just so blessed. Like, nah, you was joking around about the shit at first. Now you're trying to get that sympathy because everybody called you out for it.
Let me see if I can find it.
In Jamaica. This video from Old Harbor Bay shows a capsized boat drifting close to shore. Tropical cyclone specialist Anne Claire Fontaine from the World Meteorological Organization called it the storm of the century for Jamaica. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has already ordered mandatory evacuations for parts of southern Jamaica. He warned that the government had done all it could to prepare for the potential devastation, saying, "There is no infrastructure in the region that can withstand a Category 5.
It's sad. That's a whole nother story. It says a moronic wannabe influencer is getting blasted on social media for bragging about flying to Jamaica ahead of deadly Hurricane Melissa. She posted a story. She whined on the video, posing on her balcony. So
There's somebody that just wrote that. My bad. Somebody put up a video talking about some handmaids. Here we go.
Hey, I told you these fools are talking about, oh man, they created this. Why would they create this? Like everything they could create, why would they create this?
I don't know.
I don't know. I never. Let me see.
Look at that video. Right there.
Oh, you put it in the chat?
Yeah, I'm still looking for hers, but I saw that one.
Yeah, I was gonna try to find hers too. Go read what they got to say in the comments on her page.
What was her name?
Her name was Hannah Gray. I got it. Hannah Grace 21. I'm gonna play this one that you sent.
He did an update video. Gone. Yeah, don't play that music.
See, this is the video I thought you were talking about earlier. I said I seen this one.
Damn, she getting cooked.
People. A lot of people might watch this and start cussing people and wanna say, yo, look over there, I pray for you. On over there, so I risk on a life on all this on that. I'm gonna show you something. Jamaicans is a set of people, brother. No matter what we are go through, we try to make light of the situation. You get.
I'm gonna come back to this one and then we'll go.
Yeah, I got the video. I got the video. I put it in your private chat. The last one.
What kind of ball was that?
In the middle of the storm. Where the storm then? Storm! Me there wait for you. Where are you?
All right, let's see what these.
Did that just say the N-word or my bugging?
That was the first one that you're talking about.
Did that just say the N-word or my bugging?
Hey, I thought I heard it too at the beginning.
In the middle of the storm.
Nah, I think it says make them understand. I don't know, man.
In the middle of the storm. Where the storm then? Storm!
I don't know, man. Maybe it is saying nigga.
Me there wait for you. Where are you? In the middle of the storm.
I don't think so.
Miggle. Miggle. I forgot it was a Jamaican thing. I was like, okay. If I was anybody else, I was saying something.
Your vacation. What about people's homes and businesses? People are about to lose everything. These are the ones that they were going off of. Yeah, forget about the millions of people that actually live there. No thanks, buddy. I'm MAGA. This is really how it is, though. This is really how they think. I guess this is insinuating they don't think. At the end of the day, you get to go take a flight and go back home. Meanwhile, these people have to stay and endure the storm and the aftermath.
And the rebuilding.
But you get to go home.
The rebuilding.
Yeah. And the rebuilding, Jamaica, it's going to take them at least 5 years to even get somewhere close to where they were. Because Haiti, isn't Haiti still recovering from, they're still recovering from that earthquake.
And that's 15 years ago.
Yeah. Jamaica has a little bit of money, but Jamaica makes a majority of their money from tourism, and tourists aren't going to be coming here because it's wiped.
Yeah, and they were losing tourist money already.
Yeah. And then, hell, America, we ain't got no money to even travel to do anything. 28 days, no pay, y'all. Oh, thanks for that cash app too, kid.
No problem.
All the employees with the family they're worrying about while she's out here being a tourist who's stuck. You'll go home and they'll still be picking up the pieces. Why didn't you just reschedule? It's not like you didn't know it was coming. That's the smartest thing right there. Even the airlines,
Power of the breath.
they have a little bit of grace. Like, all right, there's a hurricane coming. You know, we'll let you change your ticket. Because they definitely aren't even trying to fly down there themselves. And that's one thing about those airlines. They're not about to mess up their planes. They'll fly all their planes out of there, even if they empty. They try to get the passengers, but they'll fly their planes out. This isn't a joke. This is going to be catastrophic. You don't know what you got yourself into. Prayer for those in Jamaica. And God forbid anything happens to even her out there. You know, we don't want to see anybody injured or harmed in this, but you put yourself in this situation and then you joke around about it. This is people's lives. Hannah probably got, matter of fact, we on her damn TikTok now. Let's go see what Hannah's family looks like. How do I get to Hannah's page? Yeah, Hannah's a good old country girl. Hannah does a lot of travel. She was over in Barcelona. Yeah, Hannah don't have a care in the world.
She in that TikTok money. That's what it is.
Yeah, she's over here in Italy, Rome. Look like she was over in Germany. We got to find out what her parents do. They probably own a farm and suffering now, though. Here we go.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait to talk about that at 3 o'clock.
This is all we need to see right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We knew it wouldn't be too far. It wouldn't be too hard to find who she really is.
The Most High works in mysterious ways.
You're right. You are right about that. Yeah, she do a lot of traveling. So her parents got some money because, let me see, 200,000. She probably make a little bit of money off of TikTok. Ain't enough to sustain this lifestyle. Which one you just seen?
Oh, go in your private chat. Go in your private chat. Go see that video I just put it in.
Hurricane Melissa update. It's currently 3 a.m. I can't sleep. I'm really scared. The direction of the storm changed, and now we're getting the eye of it, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
we're getting the eye of it. You don't get the eye of it. You get the whole hurricane. It don't just the eye doesn't just pop up. You get the whole fucking hurricane. Oh my God. Talk about, I don't know if that's a good thing. It would be a good thing, all right, for a couple of minutes.
we have to go through the eye
Hey, go in the comments.
Man, I hate that we're giving her ass views. Hey, look, Carol said playing this for likes and views.
Yeah, I just left her a comment.
Hey, yeah, you knew it was happening. Now you as Kendall would say, you're fucking around and finding out. Floridian here. People know a hurricane is forming, and yet the vacation is still more important than safety. The locals have to worry about taking care of the tourists. Therefore, they can't prepare their own homes for the horrific storm. The tourists leave. The locals are left with nothing. That's exactly what you and I was saying. Look, not dancing anymore. You're not laughing and dancing in the airport anymore. The eye is a terrible thing. It's the worst of the windstorms. Flew there for funsies during a hurricane on purpose. You're about to find out, girlie. Good luck. Yeah, you're going to be chilling in the eye. But after that eye, them winds about to start kicking back up, and they're going to be kicking ass. It hasn't even made landfall. It's not the eye. It hasn't even started yet. Yeah, like she don't know what the hell going. This is 10 hours ago. Is this the latest video she has?
They probably lost power. So there's no Wi-Fi there.
I was gonna say we ain't heard a peep from her ass in 10 hours. We ain't heard nothing from her ass.
Waited.
She didn't
hurricane.
She didn't realize you get the storm before you get the eye. You don't just get the eye.
She gonna learn. Anyway, I'm glad you had me up here. I appreciate it. I'm about to go start my broadcast.
All right, brother. Hey, I'm gonna join you, man. We need to start linking up and doing some lives, man. I got you. I'll start sending you invite.
Hey, if you're free next Tuesday, we're gonna be in purple mode for these elections.
Oh yeah. And because I'm covering lose some, I'm making sure she gets her ass up out of here. You know, November 4th, man. Y'all go out and vote, man.
Yes,
I did a video on
her. We'll be flowing next Tuesday. We'll be flowing next Tuesday.
All right, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Cool. Just hit me up and we can make it happen.
All right, cool.
All right, brother.
All right, cool. Yes, sir.
All right, we'll continue on a little bit, and then I ain't know we was going to get some action like this, but who are we kidding? It's 2025. We have to expect stupid shit like this. No matter what's going on, we have to expect to see stupid shit like this. As long as social media is going to be here, we're going to get content. They create content. And the good thing about idiots is they create content that we can use, because an idiot is the best thing to talk about. You don't really talk about too much intellectual stuff, because at the end of the day, when you go to work, you got to deal with all of that. You know what I mean? When you're dealing with your day-to-day lives, you got to deal with that. But when we get on here, we try to separate ourselves from reality. And of course, we know that this Hurricane Melissa is very tragic, and we don't want there to be any deaths or anything. But this individual right here has gave us a moment to laugh. Do we want anything to happen to her? No. If it happens to her, it's like, damn, that's unfortunate. We could probably put that with karma. But nonetheless, we ain't heard from her ass in 10 hours. She ain't trying to be TikTok famous now. She ain't outside dancing in the storm, dancing in the eye. She ain't got the eye of the tiger. Get your ass outside, go get some sandbags, and go down to the beach and use that sand and start building up barriers to help out the country that you decided to go on vacation at, knowing that a hurricane was coming. That's what we want you to do. Go get some sandbags. There's a lot of sand on the beach. Matter of fact, don't even get sandbags. Take the sheets off the bed, go out there, lay half of it down, fill half of it up with the sand, and then take the other half of the sheet and tuck it up under there and make a whole barrier around the whole coastline. Help out, do something, shit. You over here talking about you scared laying in the bed at 3 a.m. We don't want to hear that. We want to see some fucking TikToks. We want to see your dumb ass out there dancing and celebrating like you were at the airport. That's what we want to see. We want you to be TikTok famous. We want you to have 1 million damn followers. We want you to get out there, do the work. You want the fame, you got to put in the work. If you don't want the fame, don't take your dumb ass down there when you know, and I'm pretty sure they gave you warnings, because we know all airlines, hey, there's a potential storm coming. Be cautious. There may be potential delays. We already know there's TSA delays. I've done 3 or 4 videos on that. They aren't getting paid 28 days. But you took your ass out there, so fucking help out. You were buying them drinks. It was all giddy yesterday. Go get you a drink. Make that shit yourself. Take the sheet, go down to the beach, and build up a barrier. Make it at least 15 feet high, because the surge is supposed to be 13 feet. Take your ass out there and do something. Let's get TikTok famous. Not only are we going to get TikTok famous, you're going to be doing something for the people. You know what I'm saying? You might get a Nobel Peace Prize for this. You know what I'm saying? You put the peace between Jamaica and the hurricane. Yeah, mop the water up. Get a bucket, go out there and start tossing the water off the street so people can drive and evacuate to the other side. Getting to Aya is absolutely a bad thing. The storm is going to be devastating. I don't want to scare you, but please write all your details on your arm just in case the worst happens, keeping everyone in my thoughts. Now, I do have a homegirl that's in Jamaica, and she was posting. She hasn't posted anything else today, but yesterday she was posting photos of putting like her passport in Ziploc bags, her passport, like her chargers, her laptop, put in like 2 grocery bags and wrapped it all up and put it in her book bag. But of course, she was putting her name and number on stuff just in case. But yeah, you got to take the preparation. You can't be just laying in the bed and, oh shit, sweet, because you don't know what this storm is going to do. These meteorologists, all they do is predict. No one knows what's going to happen. So you in here laying, you could at least Google. You rather get on TikTok at 3 a.m. scared talking about we're going to get the eye. I don't know if that's a good thing. All you have to do is just freaking Google, is the eye of a hurricane calm? Yes, it's the calmest part with light winds and skies, but is it not a safe place to be because the eye is surrounded by the most violent parts of the hurricane? But instead, you want to lay in the bed. We're getting the eye of the hurricane. No, that's a good thing or not. When all you gotta do is some fucking research and just Google, is the eye of the hurricane calm? Is it good? Is it bad? Well, we all know you don't just get the eye. It doesn't just pop up over you. You gotta go through the storm before you can get to the eye. And then you still got the rest of the storm that's pulling the rest of the water from the ocean in, which is the worst part. But what could we expect? Nothing. That was a rhetorical question. What could we expect? Nothing. You willingly knew it was coming. This is pure recklessness. No more laughing and dancing. Well, Hannah Grace, we hope you make it out of there. But if not, hey, man, you asked for it. But good luck to you, Grace. All right. So I think that's pretty much it on the hurricane. We'll see if there's any updates. Here's the rest of the video for what Jamaicans are doing while they were waiting on it.
I said, no matter what you do, if you go under the bed, go hide, you cannot change the outcome of what go on. You go there, you just say, okay, lock up in one closet and pray for 2 days, you can't change the outcome of what go on. You see what I say?
This creator posted this, and I swear I love being Jamaican because, it just reminds me that no matter what's going on, life is like a disco ball. You just keep dancing. Or no matter how much the music changes, you just keep on dancing. Because at the end of the day, it's always going to work itself out. But it really makes me laugh to see, like, no matter what, guess what? Hurricane, they're having a ball. We're here praying for them, and we should still be praying for them because we want to make sure they're okay. But they're like, all right, we're in a bad times, but we're going to smile and laugh through it. And no wonder, I always knew I was a fool. And my father is, that man is even a bigger fool. But I know I get it honestly. And when I see this, I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm not Jamaican. Jamaicans are so unserious where there will be like a blind man and I'm gonna call him Blindy.
All right, well, it ain't got nothing to do with the hurricane, Miss Flawless Nina. Let's see what else they got on here. We got some Hurricane Melissa Jamaica. Also, somebody made it an Instagram. All right, so this is just some, I mean, not Instagram, but TikToks. This is some of the videos of what's going on. Oh, this is live right here. Oh, let me see. So this one is from 4 hours. Well, this one is, they don't have a time on it. I don't know.
Respect you give them, guys.
Man, this is wild. And it's just a constant wind. Even tornadoes aren't hitting like this. Tornadoes are more, saying in that one specific area. You got the winds. But with the hurricane, it's just everything. It's just in the wind.
Respect for the heart, mate.
We are nearing the inevitable landfall of the strongest hurricane to ever strike this island nation. No one on Jamaica will be spared from the fury of Hurricane Melissa as it comes on shore in the coming hours. This slow, agonizing pace of about 3 to 5 miles per hour that is just going to prolong misery across this country. We are in Kingston. National Weather Service, very strong wording about complete structural failure, communication, power outages for days, and isolation of communities possible. Here in Kingston, you can see the winds picking up in the background. The rain has really come in earnest throughout the course of the night. Trying to get a couple of hours of sleep to prepare for our day today. My windows were rattling last night. The strongest part of this Cat 5 hurricane is about 30 miles in diameter, and
you look at the
where it will make landfall is.
You look at the size of that it covers all of Jamaica. Even Cuba's getting hit right now, but you just look at the size of that, and that's before it even makes landfall.
So critical. What makes the terrain here so susceptible is a lot of people, a lot of communities live in these low-lying areas that are prone to flash flooding, mudslides, and landslides. Conditions will be going downhill, and we are thinking and praying for the people of Jamaica. It is going to be an unthinkable day here on this island nation.
Sheesh. Here goes one of the bridges. So this is what the bridge looked like. You were able to drive across it, and then this is what it looks like now. The whole bridge is gone. And this is before it even made landfall. This is at 6:20 in the morning. It didn't make landfall till what, 3, 4 in the afternoon? So this is probably like roughly 10, 11 hours before it even made landfall. The bridge was already gone. Damn.
And with that great goal here now, man, you see me? I wonder if we can cross it. But We sure know say fisherman can cross it.
I can imagine once it gets dark, it's even scary. Yeah, you can't even move around. And like I said, all of this is taking place hours before the actual hurricane even hit. So if it's pushing in this much water, but we seen how big it was. It's 30 miles. It said it was what, 30 miles wide? That's ridiculous. Yeah, the widest part of Jamaica is 51 miles. So Jamaica is 150, 100, yeah, basically 150 miles from east to west. How wide is? Look at this. Jamaica is 146 miles from east to west. 51 miles is the widest point in Jamaica. This storm is 719 miles wide. So you can fit pretty much 6.5 Jamaicas inside of this storm as far as lengthwise. So you can go Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. You do 6.5 of them. That's how wide this hurricane is. So the whole damn island is covered. There's no escaping it. Now, you won't be around the eye, but still. Well, that's including the outer band. So that's like the little ones on the outside. So the inside part's probably still about 200, 300 miles. Because they said the eye of the storm is 11 miles wide. Damn. Montego Bay is 20 miles along the coast. And this is hitting directly. So half of Montego Bay, or the center part, is going to be all covered with the eye. So damn, it's a direct hit. And it's going to take years, if not a decade, for them to even get back to where they are now.
I'm sure no me can cross it. I know normal, but me go try cross it. If I ever cross it on the rail, me go cross it. Yeah, man. Get what I go on. So I go on down there. Yeah, man. That's a go on. Yeah, man. That's a go on, man. For what I go on. Oh, gosh, man. That's a go on. People. No normal, no, man. Me I tell you, man.
Let me see what this alert said. Jamaica is now a threatened area. If told to evacuate, go to a shelter or a safe place now. Take IDs, meds, documents, food, water. Yeah, because you're probably not. They're probably not going to let people back into their houses at least till tomorrow afternoon. Because you got to see if there's any down power lines. Now, I'm not sure how their emergency response is in Jamaica, but in the States, they'll let you back pretty soon, but they got to go and make sure all the electricity is off. You don't want to walk in the water because it could be electrified. They also said that there's crocodile warnings. It's all kinds of stuff you got to worry about. Yeah, hurricane season is like August till the end of November almost. Yeah, June 1st to November 30th. I knew it was to the end of November. So there's still a whole month.
Very sad to announce that even though the storm has not yet hit, we've had 3 deaths related to the.
Yeah, so I mean that's pretty much the hurricane right now. Let me see something.
Literally went from nothing to the strongest hurricane on the entire planet in under 36 hours and could be the strongest direct hit on Jamaica ever recorded. Hurricane Melissa first appeared just days ago as a weak tropical storm in the Caribbean and was barely even considered a threat. But the moment it passed over record warm waters above 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect for hurricane formation, it exploded in strength, rapidly intensifying into a Category 4 monster with winds over 140 miles per hour. It's moving dangerously slow, just 5 miles per hour, which is the worst possible scenario. Melissa isn't just going to hit Jamaica, it's going to sit on top of it. Meteorologists are warning of up to 30 inches of rainfall, 12-foot storm surge, and catastrophic landslides across the island's mountainous terrain. Right now, the storm is sitting about 125 miles south of Kingston, and models predict direct landfall within the next 24 to 36 hours, possibly as a Category 5, something Jamaica has never witnessed in modern recorded history. This storm literally went from...
Damn, boy. Man, pray for Jamaica. No, Trump's not gonna send any aid down there, man. They're not gonna send anything down there. Plus, he already tried our foreign aid. He already cut that. They already cut FEMA. He was trying to move FEMA, the states to take care of it. Jamaica's not gonna get any help, and if they do, it's gonna be how I foresee this happening. Trump isn't going to send any money down there. A lot of other countries, after we see what the devastation is, a lot of countries are going to start donating some money. Trump might send maybe like 100 million down there, but I don't really see him sending anything. It's going to really be on all the other countries to start donating money to him. Well, I won't even say donate money, providing assistance to him and aid. But I really don't see Trump sending them anything. I don't see him sending anything. And if he does, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. For him, he doesn't give a damn. But if he does send aid down there with, well, this is a good transition. With SNAP being canceled on the 1st, it's going to look bad that, oh, you can send them money and aid, but we can't get anything to help us out here in the States. So Trump wasn't going to send money anyway. Let's just be honest, man. I'm beating around the bush. That fucker wasn't going to send no money down here, man. And if he does right now, it's going to look bad because, as I was mentioning, SNAP benefits do expire. Well, they run out on the 1st. And we know that Republicans and MAGA, they are the ones that actually use it. You know, when welfare and food stamps was implemented, it wasn't for Black people. You know that, right? When they first started welfare, oh yeah, China's going to send some money over there. Not only that, China's going to say, we'll build the infrastructure for you. We'll redo all the roads. We'll start building the houses. Because what China is doing, every country that we've been fucking up with, they just been going and just slowly getting in there. We'll do the infrastructure because they're gaining that influence. And that means Jamaica's alliance will be with China. Yeah, that's all they're doing. You see the same thing with Argentina. Ken talking about they sent the 40 billion down there. Well, it was a 20 billion that they sent, and then the other 20 billion banks are looking to try to find either assets or things that they could use to actually back that $20 billion. But China, I did a video on that. China backdoored and went straight to Argentina, and they're getting their soybeans from there. So China is smart. Just like you see China funding Africa, a lot of the African money comes from China. because we can end up getting the resources from you. And speaking, it's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on. I've been doing a lot of speaking of. They talking about there's a deal for rare earth material in Japan. Japan, their rare earth material is so far down, you have to drill for it in the ocean to get to. That's why they import a lot of their stuff from China. China holds 50% of the world's rare earth minerals. But that's a whole nother topic. I can get into that if y'all want to break that down too. But you know, you're not going to hear none of that from the supporters. But anyway, we're going to talk about Snap real quick and we'll get out of here. I didn't know it was going to be an hour on the hurricane, but we had Kid Gravity up. I said we was going to work, so. We'll do a little bit of history on SNAP and welfare, though. Real quick, welfare wasn't created for Black people. Welfare was created after the Great Depression, and this also happened in New York. What the new mayor candidate is trying to do, he's trying to open up 5 different grocery stores within New York that has a stable price that people, you know, that are less fortunate, they can go in there and these prices are always going to be a good price. And how it's going to work is these not restaurants, but grocery stores, they won't pay rent in order to stay there and be able to keep the costs down. Now, welfare, when it was created after the Great Depression, and then food stamps came along a little bit later. But all of this was created for the white people. Now, the only reason Black people got tied into this and became the welfare queen is because once Black people started getting access to the same thing that the whites were getting to, they started to, we don't want that. Welfare is a bad thing. But initially, it wasn't created for Black people or people of color. It was created for white folk. So now that we know that SNAP's about to expire on November 1st, we're going to fuck around and find out that it isn't just Black people not working that are on SNAP assistance that get food stamps, because SNAP and food stamps doesn't mean you're not working. You could be working, but as we see now, there aren't enough jobs. So if you don't make enough money, you fall into getting some assistance. It doesn't mean you're not working or you're lazy. You could be working 40, 50 hours, but if you're only making $30,000, $25,000 a year, you need that assistance. So that's where it comes from. But of course, we know the Republicans, oh man, it's just lazy fuckers that don't have it, not knowing that 47% of the people that use SNAP and fucking welfare and food stamps are white people. And it comes from 43% of the Republican-led states. So who's really going to be hurting come Friday, or should I say Saturday morning? Well, we're all going to be hurting, because without SNAP, without food stamps, the price of groceries are about to skyrocket, because that money, it isn't coming from the government. It's the money that we pay in. Now, I know a lot of people say they're spending our tax dollars on that. If you go and look, your tax dollars out of what you spend a year, the tax money that you spend, only about $500 in your federal taxes goes to SNAP programs. The majority of your taxes goes to fund the military. But people don't talk about that. Now, also, undocumented, they're not illegal aliens. Undocumented immigrants, they pay over $100 billion in taxes, and they don't get any health care. They only get emergency care to be stabilized, but they don't talk about none of that. So that's why we keep hearing, oh, the Democrats shut down. They're trying to do all that. That's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. And it's unfortunate that it's going to happen this way. But when 40 people get hit with these SNAP benefits getting turned off, these white folk are going to start to realize that it don't matter who did it, they ain't getting the supplement and assistance that they need. So we'll talk about SNAP a little bit. This from 2 days ago. I wish we could get something a little bit. This is the Hill.
Glorious distinction we've managed to get to. The Senate voted 12 times on a funding bill. They have all failed to get it across the finish line. Meanwhile, across the country, a lot of folks are really feeling the impacts of the shutdown, from air travel to government offices being closed. And a big one this Saturday, November 1st, we know that is when funding for SNAP benefits will expire for about 40 million Americans. Some states say they'll be able to temporarily cover the cost of benefits. Others directing their residents to turn to local food pantries.
Joining us now to talk more of how exactly SNAP benefits will be affected is News Nation's Jackie Coppell. Hiya, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie. But you know how they say, oh, the people on SNAP, the people on food stamps, on WIC. Did we not hear the very first week that the government shut down that there were military members at food banks because they couldn't afford groceries? So you mean to tell me that the Republicans are saying that military members are lazy fuckers that sit on their ass all day? But you see what I'm saying? All they do is contradict themselves. Oh, you on SNAP, you ain't working, you on food stamps. You know, if you go on base, we have WIC on base, and women get paid extra money to eat. We got a thing called BAS, which is about $300, $330 a month, maybe about $400 nowadays. But they still have WIC because they got to buy formula. It's an extra mouth to feed. The prices are too high. So military members still can get SNAP benefits. They can get WIC. Depending on your family size, you can get SNAP now. I don't know if they really offer that too much. But yeah, there's officers on base that still have WIC. So it's just stupid, man. It's just I'll talk about that in a second.
Good morning. It's good to be with you guys for the second hour in a row. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's good to have you. So, you know, the states would love some help from the federal government on these SNAP benefits, but it's not coming.
No, it's not coming. And in fact, that's one of the major issues that states are facing, right? Even if they make up some of the difference on these SNAP benefits, as of now, they've been told that the federal government will not reimburse them. And so it will be money effectively lost, as it were. And that is obviously deeply concerning to the states.
Yeah.
So it costs about $8 billion to cover these benefits for everybody. The White House has about $5 billion in reserves. Why not just spend some of that money?
Well,
also, Nikema said they don't have the food at the galley to eat anymore. Yeah, I mean they got food at the DFAC, but the only people that can eat at the DFAC is you, your wife, your kids. They can't eat there. The DFAC is only for military members or civilians that work. Now you could probably take your wife in there, but most of the time they don't let your kids eat in there because they need all the food there is for the people that are actually working on the base. But also you still got to pay for those meals. The meals are only free on base if you live in the dorms. Once you move out the dorms, you got to pay for that food. It's not free. Now it is cheaper. Like you can go in there for $7. You get all you can eat on the base here, but you still got to pay for that. In some bases, when I was up an hour away from here, if I was to get a steak, I still had to pay like $12. And then the whole meal might be like $15, $16. You still got to pay for that though. So it's not like it's just free food unless you're living in the dorms or in the barracks. And also, you know, they talk about, oh, there was a guy that donated $130 million to pay the military. It costs $8 billion a paycheck to fund all military members. That $130 million is like 0.18%. That means everyone would get $100. So all that, but that was really, see, it's all over the place. Everything that's going on now with this shutdown, the billionaire that donated that $130 million, that first of all, that was a tax write-off, and that's quid pro quo, because I'm giving you this $130 million. I'm gonna want something back, but we can get into that to another day.
the administration says that essentially it's sort of too late, that the mechanisms to distribute that money would take too long. And so they can't do that by November 1st or November 2nd. And so they're saying also that they need to have some money in reserve for other issues that may come up, tragedies, a hurricane, et cetera, that they have to have that money for other things. And therefore they don't want to use it for SNAP. Of course, Democrats counter and say, there are mechanisms in place where you can move money. It doesn't have to just be all or nothing. And in fact, they call what's happening cruel.
So in fact, 214 House Democrats sent a letter to Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins, and this is what it said. We urge USDA to use these funds for November SNAP benefits and issue clear guidance to states on how to navigate benefit issuance. There are clear steps the administration can and must take immediately to ensure that millions of families across the country can put food on their table in November.
We're not gonna listen to them the whole time. All right, more than 40 million no-income food assistance beneficiaries are expected to receive less help with grocery bills or none at all in the incoming days. The USDA is threatening to withhold billions of dollars supplemental nutrition assistance program SNAP contingency funding, which Congress has already allocated for emergency scenarios if the government shutdown stretches into November. There's between 5 to 6 billion currently in that fund, experts say. That's not enough to cover the estimated 8 billion in SNAP benefits due next month on Friday. However, the USDA released guidance saying it won't use those funds to cover SNAP benefits if the government shutdown extends past October 31st, which it will. In a memo first reported by Axios, the USDA said the reason is simple. The contingency fund was designed to respond for unforeseen events like natural disasters. Now, if FEMA was still around, guess what? The money that went to FEMA, you'll keep that for a natural disaster. It will also use that for food that will pay USDA. USDA could use this money here to actually help out on SNAP. But we no longer have a FEMA program. Pretty much it's gone. Oh, yeah, that's right. Donald Trump did that. The memo contradicts the shutdown plan prepared by USD earlier in the year, which said the department is legally obligated to pay SNAP benefits in the event of the shutdown. So this is all Donald Trump telling them not to pay it because he thinks it's making the Democrats suffer. It's making the radical left. They're suffering to things they're really losing right now. He's all over the place. He hates good-looking people too. Congressional intent is evident that SNAP's operation should continue since the program has been provided with multi-year contingency funds that can be used for state administration expenses to ensure that the state can also continue operations during a federal government shutdown. That policy read. You're paying taxes to pay for a ballroom. You're paying taxes to pay $40 billion to Argentina. You're paying tariffs, which are taxes on the people, to bail out the farmers who voted for this shit. You're paying taxes for a lot of stuff that you're not going to ever see. You know what I mean? All right. So 40 million people are going to lose. Let me see. Snap. Yeah, Social Security. And they always say we're going to be out of Social Security, which we won't be because we're making more money than we ever made. Well, when the U.S. government is running and operating like it's supposed to. But let me see. EBT. Blah, 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 blah. So SNAP and EBT are two different things. SNAP is the assistance, just the funding that does it, and then EBT is just how you pay for it. I'm trying to find. All right, so look, here we go. Households with children and elderly individuals or non-elderly persons with a disability received 83% of SNAP benefits in the fiscal year 2023. So this is households with kids, elderly people, or non-elderly person with a disability. So 83% of SNAP benefits are in fact covering elderly people who can't work, elderly people that have disabilities, or it's covering households with children, which children can't work. And if you're not making enough money, you need that extra help. So that means what? 17% goes to either middle-aged people, younger people who can't work because they have a disability, or they just aren't making enough money. They always talk about, oh, they're trying to send $1 billion to pay for illegal. That's not true. That is a lie. People talking about, oh, some illegals are getting $3,000. That's not true. That is a lie. About 39% of food stamp recipients were children, while 20% were elderly and 10% were non-elderly individuals with a disability. So 40, 60, 70% right there. Households receive on average $350 a month. You're worried about your funky ass tax dollars, and these people are getting $350 to help survive. But oh man, our tax dollars. I mean, these people can't work. They have disabilities. They're kids. It's not like they're getting $5,000 a month for food. On average, they're getting about $300 a month. So, on the high end, you might have people getting $500, but then you might have people having $100. So you didn't get the average, about $350 a month. It's not like these people are just sitting at home getting rich off of SNAP benefits. It's not like these people are sitting at home buying brand new cars with their SNAP benefits. Yeah, they probably are fucking the system and getting other shit, but just off of SNAP and food stamps, they're not making enough money to just survive off of this. So if they are on SNAP or on food stamps, they're just sitting at the house. Yeah, we know some people are going out there and wilding out, but the majority of them, they aren't doing that. But that goes with anything. Anything you do, there's always someone that's playing the system, but they're only getting $350 a month. I'm blessed enough to say that I went grocery shopping Saturday morning and spent about $170 by myself. So $350 is what, every 2 weeks? And I didn't even really grocery shop like that because I already had like all my protein and everything. I already had that. So I was just getting sides of stuff to hold me over because I'm really eating every single thing I got in the cupboard and in the freezer. I ain't letting nothing go to waste right now because I don't know when that next check gonna hit. But they're only getting $350 a month to cover everything. Plus, they got their own expenses to live. So it's like, it's really insensitive to say you're America first, but you don't want these people to get SNAP benefits. You don't want them to get food stamps when America did this for white people. It wasn't built for us. None of this shit was built for us. We just end up getting access to it because we got our civil rights, which they're trying to strip away from us. And now we don't have any fucking jobs because jobs were booming the last 4 years after coming out of the pandemic. Now they just stopped. Now there's hiring freezes. We're all getting fucking fired. I haven't got paid in 28 days. It's going to probably be about 45 days when it's all said and done. But the assistance doesn't expire at the end of each month. But beneficiaries typically use the funds in the month they receive them, said Lauren, a fellow in economic studies in Brookings Institution. Now, I think it was either Walmart or one of the major grocery stores told people to go and stock up on as much as you can before Saturday. Yeah, 6 kids, you get about 500 plus in food stamps. Again, I spend about $200 every 2 weeks on just myself. Yeah, I get a lot of shit that, I just get for my guilty pleasure. I had some stuff. I made some stuffed peppers today with some ground turkey. Ooh, wee! I got 2 more left. I'm gonna eat tomorrow at lunch. But yeah, I'm out here whipping it up. You know what I mean? But they're only getting about $350 a month, and people, oh man, they just lazy. Look, this is to help them, man. They might be working a job. They might be working a full-time job, 40 hours, and still only bringing home $700, $800, $1,000. We can't act like these jobs are paying everybody fucking five. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say $5,000 a month. Everyone's not making that. Can states advance funds on SNAP if the federal government can't pay? States don't have enough money to cover $8 billion in monthly food stamp benefits, though several have said they will beef up their food assistance programs next month. Unfortunately, how will people get their food and families if benefits stop? Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of good alternatives to food stamps. Americans can turn to food pantries and other community food assistance programs, but these groups have been under pressure from rising food prices and increased need in recent years. And it's getting to the point groceries are so damn high, we can't afford to donate any of our food to anybody. I remember growing up as a kid, we used to donate canned goods. We used to go to school and I would ask my mom, hey, I would always take like the bad, like I won't say bad, but like that the canned food, because there was a lot of us in our house. So we used to eat a lot of canned like vegetables and stuff. We didn't get the fresh vegetables. We used to always get like canned food. What's the canned vegetables? It's like a mixed medley of all kinds of different vegetables in it. It's like fucking beans, corn, green beans, all kinds of dumb shit in there. I take that shit and donate that. I used to take that like two perishable, non-perishable items to school. I should take 2 cans of like the vegetables. You know what I'm saying? They give you like a little ticket, you're gonna get a book from the library. But yeah, we can't afford to donate food. We need the food ourselves. Uh, in New York, the governor said Monday that she's fast tracking 30 million to support more than 16 million meals, in addition to the more than $11 million for local emergency food relief. Now, you got to remember, New York, the population of the state of New York, I know a lot of people only think about New York City, which got what, 8, 9 million people. There's 19 million people in New York. They got $30 million to cover 16 million meals. That means everybody in New York wouldn't even be able to get one meal. If you just look at it like that, if you look at those numbers, that's why the federal government is needed. 19 people, but they only can get 16 million meals. So if you were to just spread it out, that means everybody in New York, 3 million, almost 4 million people wouldn't be able to eat. What up, Danny? So it's wild. So she's fast tracking 30 million to support more than 16 million meals. But we know all 19 people obviously aren't on snaps. It's probably just in New York City out of the 9 million, let's just round it up to 9 million. Out of that 9 million, it's probably about 1 million, 2 million people that are on snap. Probably more than that, to be honest with you. Approximately 1.8 million, so almost 2 million. So 16 million meals. Even with 16 meals and 1.8 million people, that means they get 8 meals a piece. What's that? 2 days? 3 days? You could do 1 meal a day and make it stretch for 8 days, for a week. But then what? But then what? 500,000 of them are children. And over 3 million, and we can't even put it like that because it's 3 million throughout the whole state. So 16 million. Because you can't just feed New York City with all 16 million meals. You got 3 billion people. Now, of course, everyone isn't going to get access to it, but in a perfect world, if they were able to, that's 5 meals. 2 days. That means Saturday you get a meal and Sunday you get a meal. Monday, figure it out. Monday, figure it out. It's wild, man. When you really look at the numbers. In Minnesota, Democratic Governor Tim Walz, who was running for, he was actually going to, they got free, in schools in Minnesota, they got free lunch, thanks to Tim Walz. He was going to do that for the whole damn United States of America, but people wanted Trump and Vance. Tim Walz announced Monday his administration will funnel $4 million to the state's food pantries. Meanwhile, South Carolina is activating a statewide charity fund typically used after hurricanes. Virginia Republican governor said Tuesday that his state is building its own food assistance system for residents. The program will be funded through the state surplus and will cost an estimated roughly $37 million a week. Now, it makes you wonder with all of these MAGA supporters, these Republicans who don't want the government to help out. Oh, we vote against giving food stamps. We vote against SNAP. Why is this Republican governor of Virginia building his own food? I thought MAGA and the Republicans didn't want people to depend on the government. But once you realize your constituents really need this assistance, you got to do what the fuck they need you to do, because they'll vote your ass out. Which he's going to be out November 4th anyway, and we're going to bring the old girl in there, Abigail. But why is he building a food assistance system? Is he's one of the governors that said that people should get up and go to work, because you realize in your state, in a majority of all these red states, y'all need the benefits more than anybody. Y'all, when it goes just by the numbers in whole, white people are the most poverty stricken. If you go per capita, if you go by percentages, then yeah, you got, blacks, Hispanics, and things of that nature. But if you just go by the bulk number, the majority are white people that need the assistance, that are the lowest educated, that are the lowest income. Yeah, it's white people. It's white people. But on TV, you're not going to hear that. It's just the black people in the ghetto. No, it's them fucking hillbillies. It's the goddamn farmers that are begging for fucking money right now. 73% of them voted for this fucker. Now they told me, well, we going to lose our farms. Fuck your farm. All right? Bill Gates, go buy all they shit. Y'all like the billionaires? Bill Gates, go buy all they shit and don't give them nothing back. Fucking let them suffer. Send my beef from fucking Argentina for the low. Send my beef from motherfucking Brazil for a low. This is what y'all voted for. I want lower cost of beef. Yeah, it ain't no pause moment. I want lower cost for beef. So send my motherfucking steak from goddamn Argentina for the low, so I ain't got to buy it from these expensive ass farmers that voted for Trump to go and do all this shit. Fuck them farmers. Don't bail them out. All right. And all those farmers, if we're being honest, 80% of the stuff that they produce, they export it anyway. They don't even leave it here in America. They harvest all that and they send all that shit out. That's why they crying about goddamn China. They all say they don't like China. We don't want nothing to do with China, but they all depend on China. Oh, all our parts are expensive. We hate the Mexicans, but all your parts come from Mexico. Oh, we hate China, the communists, but you ship out all your soybeans over there. $12 billion a year. Now y'all getting $0. They all just talk shit. But now we get to realize that none of these motherfuckers are really standing on anything that they talk about, because everything that they say is a whole contradiction to how they actually fucking live. And you know what? I haven't got paid for 28 days, but I feel bad for everyone suffering, but all these fuckers that voted for this fucking suffer, and I'm laughing at you. I'm blessed enough to be in a situation that I can continue on. Just today, my coworkers, they got paid. I didn't get paid. The beginning of the month, I got a $500 check. That's it. They got the $500 checks, and their bank did what? It gave them their whole check to hold them over because they know they're gonna get back pay. Well, we got our disability pay coming in this week. Their disability hit their check, their account this week. Guess what? The bank took that money to pay back everything that they gave them at the beginning of the month. Now they're getting loans, 0% interest. They're getting loans now. I'm not doing shit. My disability check about to hit. My YouTube check, it wasn't much, but it hit. So I'm at work, and they over here this morning, they talking about, yeah, man, the check hit the account, but they took all the money to pay back the money that they gave us, that they fronted us. And I'm like, one of them voted for Trump. And I looked at him, I told him, that's what the fuck you get. He talking about, your bank ain't do that? My bank ain't pay me. I don't want my bank to pay me. Give me my back pay. Don't pay me shit up front. I don't owe a nigga nothing. So now I'm watching him. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, coming up with all kinds of different excuses and shit, talking about, I done called the bank. The bank, I talked to higher management. I said, what the fuck higher management gonna do? They gave you that money. You didn't get paid. They took that shit back. He said, well, my disability money ain't got nothing to do with my regular check. Whatever money comes in that goddamn bank is they money. Fuck what you talking about. So it is what it is. And I had to tell him, stop talking to me about this shit. You voted for this shit, so fucking deal with it. I don't give a shit what you got going on. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel none of that. I'm coming to work every day not getting paid. You coming to work not getting paid. They took your disability. So November's going to be a goddamn cold month. Well, I'm going to be eating like a motherfucking king off the goddamn leftovers I got because I ain't got paid, man. But it is what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Like I said, my family's fortunate enough to be in a situation that none of us are in the need of struggling or anything like that. But it's not like that for everybody. It's not like that for everybody. And it pisses you off because it doesn't need to be like this. All of this is happening because one person created the problem. One person created the problem and 77 million fuckers voted for him. So now they're all suffering, and let's just see how it plays out. Because a majority of the motherfuckers that voted for this, they was already living horrible. And now we're going to see how they are. Because all you see is them posting, oh, this lady is talking about not getting food stamps. She's going to be robbing and stealing. But we seen during the pandemic, it wasn't the black people that were wilding out. Yeah, there was the ones that were, but a majority of them was in white folk. And they're fighting over toilet paper because for some reason they thought toilet paper was the most important thing during the pandemic. So I hope you motherfuckers go and fight over that toilet paper and leave the food for us black folk and the motherfuckers that didn't vote for this, so we can go ahead and eat and make it through this the best way that we can, while you fuckers get on here and talk about the Democrats shutting the government down. You're not getting your snaps, all right? You're not getting your snaps, your crackle, or your pop. You're not getting your food stamps. 40 million people, guess what? 29 million of them are white folk. Yeah, only 14% of black people use SNAP. Yeah. 47% of it, you white folks. So this is what you wanted. This is what you get. Republican states are really going to be hurting the most. And we'll see how it plays out. Maybe they make a deal. But remember, this isn't about SNAP. This isn't about food stamps. What the Democrats are holding out for is for insurance, health insurance. That's what they're holding out for. Yeah, we want the food stamps and the SNAP to come back, but that's not what they're holding out for. Because even if you have to scale back on buying your food, you may not be able to get, you know what I'm saying, all the delicacies that you want. Your health insurance is going to skyrocket by $13,000 to $15,000 to $18,000 a year. They said a couple making $85,000 will have to pay on average $13,500 next year for insurance throughout the year. Now, how the hell can they afford that? Yeah. Margie Taylor Greene is an ingredient. Now, we can't trust that bitch. But right now, we need all of them that we can get because she still talks shit. But that motherfucker, you gotta watch because all she's trying to do is get ahead of MAGA. Because remember, Trump ain't gonna be alive forever, and everyone around him, they gonna go down for all this shit that they doing right now. He may have immunity, but everyone else is gonna go down. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is trying to get away from it. So once MAGA crumbles and the Republican Party rebrands itself, she's trying to be the one in front of it. But she's also smarter than the rest of them because we've seen all the town hall meetings where all of these representatives and senators were having them, and people were like, "Hey, do your job and shit." Marjorie Taylor Greene understands that her district, they need these SNAP benefits. She knows that her kids can't afford that health care. Yeah, she got millions, but her kids ain't got millions. So she's like, let me get ahead of this because when this shit all turns off on Saturday, you're going to see a whole mood change. Everybody's going to be out there like, damn, what is Trump doing? Now you still going to have the ones that are just the cultists, but it is what it is, man. This is where we at. This is where we at right now. Let me see. Do we have? I think I got. Let me see something. I think I saved it. Oh, and Israel and Palestine, they going back to war. So just in case y'all cared, there was never a peace treaty, either never a peace deal or anything of that nature. Let me see. Do I have? I guess I didn't save it. Yeah, Netanyahu's stupid ass talking about, yeah, we want extreme strikes in Gaza because they said Hamas violated the peace or the ceasefire or whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, you know, if y'all got another, I don't even know what I was about to look at. But if y'all have another topic, I'll talk about that. I'm gonna go live on a Tubi movie at 10. So what is that? 5 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Is it CNN? CNN. Oh, 10 hours. Here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the other channel. You know, we covered the hurricane, blah, 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 blah. I thought there was a map of it. That's why I wanted to see the map. Here we go. Yeah, that's it right there. Of course, we know California, they're the largest, I was about to say the largest country. Well, the GDP, California would be, if California was its own country, it would be the 4th richest country in the world. That's how big California is and how much money they make out there. But if you go through and look at all these red states, Missouri, where I'm from, 650, Oklahoma, 680, Texas, 3 million, Louisiana, 847, 240, and Arkansas, 384, in Mississippi, 752 in Alabama, 1.4 in Georgia, 3 million in Florida, 580 in South Carolina, 1.4 in North Carolina, 700 in Tennessee, 600 in Kentucky. Yeah, these red states are eating up the most, ain't they? Illinois is 1.9, but they got Chicago up there. Wisconsin 704, 1.4 in Michigan. Yeah, these red states. And remember, Pennsylvania was a swing state, so they turned red. They got 2 million up there. Yeah, we ain't forget that. They didn't switch. So that counts up under you Republicans. Almost 1 million in Maryland. So it's not just black people that are on Snap. We know for a fact that it's really white people. The majority of them, the bulk. Oh, here we go. Here's the article right here. Netanyahu orders powerful Gaza strikes. Trump ceasefire tested. Yeah, because it wasn't a peace deal. No, end the war. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, man, those red states, they'll eventually turn. They're gonna be suffering, and once they realize, damn, this is really, because right now the farmers are witnessing it, and it's gonna take a while. For some reason, MAGA's like a damn cult. I don't know how it got to that, but it's like a damn cult for real. Like, no matter what, it's just always like, all right, yeah, man, he did his thing. All right, well, y'all deal with that. But let me go ahead and get on out of here so I can get started on there and at least make a thumbnail or something. I'm Modi J. This is the Mo You Know. I'm gonna start doing more lives on here. Again, we aren't monetized, reuse content, so I gotta find what video it is. So I'll probably be deleting a lot of videos here like I did on my main channel where we lost. I don't know, man. It just seemed like they be fucking with me, man. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Prayers to Jamaica. I'll give an update on that tomorrow. I'll probably just do a short video. We'll see what the damage was. Nah, when you get reused content, they don't tell you. It just says reused content. Figure it out. But hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Prayers to Jamaica. I'm Mo.J. This is the Mo You Know. See y'all on the other channel.